In the vast, unforgiving theater of the natural world, few questions have captivated the human imagination, quite like this one. Wolf, bear, crocodile, three apex predators, three evolutionary masterpieces, three animals that have spent millions of years perfecting the art of being genuinely terrifying. Somewhere out there, a wolf is stalking prey across a frozen tundra with the patience of a chess grandmaster. A grizzly bear is tearing through a riverbank with the casual destructive energy of a wrecking ball that decided to take the day off. And a crocodile is doing what crocodiles have done for 200 million years, lying very still and waiting for the universe to make a mistake. Today, Top Apex Chart ranks all three. 5 categories, cold, hard science, one definitive winner. And at least one result will make you question everything you thought you knew. Let's begin. Category: size. In the natural world, size is rarely just a number. It is a statement, a warning, an evolutionary argument that has been made, tested, and refined across millions of years of trial, error, and something being eaten. The grey wolf, Canis lupus, cuts an impressive figure on the landscape, averaging around 175 pounds of lean, coordinated muscle. It is a predator built for precision, for endurance, for working as part of something larger than itself. Against most things on Earth, the wolf is formidable. Against the other two animals in this video, it is, regrettably, the smallest thing in the room. The Nile crocodile, Crocodilus niloticus, arrives at approximately 500 pounds. Every single one of those pounds has a job. There is no excess, no redundancy. The crocodile is, in the most literal sense, all business. And then there is Ursus arctos horribilis, the grizzly bear. The name alone, horribilis, should tell you everything you need to know about how scientists felt the first time they encountered one. Averaging 600 pounds in the wild, with forelimbs capable of generating over 1,000 pounds of force in a single strike, the grizzly bear is one of the most physically imposing land predators on the planet. It can flip a 700-pound boulder for fun because it felt like it. Point: bear. Round 1 belongs to the grizzly, and it isn't particularly close. Scoreboard: bear 1, croc 0, wolf 0. Category: speed. Speed in the natural world is the great equalizer. It does not care about size. It does not negotiate with muscle mass. It simply asks one question: how fast can you move when everything depends on it? The grey wolf's answer is 38 miles per hour. But raw top speed tells only half the story. What separates the wolf from nearly every other predator on Earth is its stamina. Canis lupus does not merely sprint, it pursues. It covers ground with a rhythmic, almost mechanical efficiency that has broken the will of prey animals far larger than itself. The wolf runs not until it catches you, but until you can no longer continue running. It is, in the most unsettling possible way, very patient. The grizzly bear, for reasons that seem deeply unfair given its size, reaches 35 miles per hour over short distances. If you have ever reassured yourself that you could outrun a grizzly, this is the moment to quietly set that belief aside and grieve it privately. The crocodile, on land, manages approximately 22 miles per hour in short bursts and tires quickly. On land, the crocodile is not a sprinter. It is not built for the chase. It is built for the ambush, for patience, for waiting until the chase is entirely unnecessary. In water, this calculus changes completely. In water, the crocodile is a torpedo wrapped in bone. But on dry land, the crocodile finishes last in this category, and it does not appear to care. Point: wolf. Round 2 goes to the gray wolf. Scoreboard: Bear 1, Wolf 1, Croc 0. Category: Bite force. Few things in nature communicate intent quite as efficiently as a jaw. The gray wolf's bite registers at approximately 400 psi, pounds per square inch. It is a bite designed to grip, to crush bone, to hold prey in place, while 40,000 years of selective refinement does the rest. Against most animals, this is more than sufficient. Against a deer, it is final. Against the grizzly bear, it is not final. The grizzly bear bites at approximately 975 psi. Researchers have noted, with the kind of calm that suggests they were very far away at the time, that this is sufficient force to bite through a cast iron skillet. Not bend, not dent, through. The grizzly bear can bite through a cast iron skillet, and it is only the second most impressive jaw in this competition, because then there is the crocodile. Crocodilus niloticus produces a bite force of approximately 3,700 psi, the highest ever recorded in any living animal, anywhere, at any point in documented natural history. To put that in perspective, the crocodile's bite is roughly 4 times more powerful than the bear's, nearly 10 times more powerful than the wolf's. It is not a bite designed for killing quickly, or for crushing bone, or for any single elegant purpose. It is a bite designed to close and to not open again. The crocodile cannot chew. It has never needed to. It clamps, it holds, and then it introduces its prey to a maneuver so efficient, so brutally effective, that it has not been modified in 200 million years. The death roll. Point: crocodile, emphatically. Scoreboard: Bear 1, Croc 1, Wolf 1. 3 animals, 3 categories, 1 point each. This is exactly as complicated as it was always going to be. A brief word. If you're finding this ranking as deeply stressful as it deserves to be, hit subscribe. Drop a comment with your pick: wolf, bear, or croc, and why. We read every single one. Now, back to the science. Category: survival instinct and natural armor. Survival in the natural world is not merely about what an animal can do to something else. It is about what something else cannot do to it. The gray wolf survives through intelligence, through the kind of tactical awareness that has made Canis lupus one of the most successful predators in the northern hemisphere for tens of thousands of years. A wolf reads its environment. It calculates odds. It retreats when retreating is the correct decision, without ego, without hesitation. Alone, however, the wolf carries no physical armor, no reinforced hide, no padding beyond what muscle and fur provide. It is, beneath all that intelligence, a soft animal in a very hard world. The grizzly bear absorbs punishment the way mountains absorb weather, stoically and without apparent concern. Dense layers of fat and muscle distribute impact across a frame that was built to take it. Bears have survived injuries that would be fatal to nearly any other land mammal and continued moving, continued eating, continued being, in every meaningful sense, a bear. And then there is the crocodile's armor. Osteoderms, bony plates fused directly into the skin, running the length of the animal from skull to tail. Not thick hide, not dense muscle, actual bone, integrated into the exterior of a living creature, forming a continuous shield along its dorsal surface. This armor has not changed in over 200 million years. Not because crocodiles haven't had time to evolve, they've had more time than almost anything alive today, but because evolution examined the crocodile, assessed the armor, and concluded that the work was already done. There was nothing left to improve. A finished product. Point: crocodile. The wolf finishes last in this round. Scoreboard: Croc 2, Bear 1, Wolf 1. Category: Actual fight. We arrive, at last, at the question this entire exercise was always building toward. If a grey wolf, a grizzly bear, and a Nile crocodile occupied the same space at the same time, what happens? The wolf, it must be said, is the most intelligent animal in this scenario. And intelligence here means the wolf recognizes something immediately that the other two do not need to recognize. It is outmatched, not humiliated, not helpless, but outmatched. A lone wolf confronted with a 600-pound bear and a 500-pound armored reptile with the strongest bite on Earth makes a calculation with impressive speed. This engagement offers no viable outcome. It circles, it reads, it waits for an opening that does not materialize. The wolf does not lose this fight by being destroyed. It loses by correctly identifying that the fight was never going to be won, which, depending on how you look at it, is either the wolf's greatest weakness or its finest quality. This leaves the bear and the crocodile. On open, dry ground, the grizzly bear presents a formidable case. It is faster. It is more agile. Its forelimb strikes, those 1,000-pound force swipes, are most effective when directed at the crocodile's exposed ventral surface, the underside, the one section of the crocodile that the armor does not fully protect. One accurate strike to the underbelly, and the dynamic shifts considerably. But the crocodile does not need to win the exchange. It needs one moment. Crocodilus niloticus is, above all things, patient. It has been patient for 200 million years. It does not charge. It does not display. It waits, with a stillness that naturalists have described somewhat uneasily as almost contemplative, until the precise moment when the bear leans forward, when the bear's face drops an inch too close, when the bear makes the kind of small, irreversible mistake that prey animals have been making in front of crocodiles since the Cretaceous period. And then the jaws close, 3,700 psi, a grip that does not release, and the death roll begins, a full-body rotation designed not to injure, but to disorient, destabilize, and separate. Against a bear, even a grizzly, in close quarters, the outcome is not in question. On dry land, away from water, the bear wins by a margin. Near any water source, and crocodiles are, by nature and design, almost always near water, the fight is not competitive. Since crocodiles choose their terrain, and crocodiles always choose water, the crocodile wins. Point: crocodile. Final scoreboard: Croc 3, Bear 1, Wolf 1. 3 extraordinary predators, 5 categories, 1 clear conclusion. The wolf finishes third, not because it failed, but because its opponents are, by every measurable standard, exceptional. The bear is the most physically dominant predator here. On dry land, it makes the crocodile work. A very close second, but second nonetheless. The crocodile, 3 rounds. Bite force, armor, and the fight itself. So perfectly engineered that 200 million years of evolution saw nothing left to improve. The crocodile didn't win this ranking. It simply reminded us that it never really left the top of it. Top apex chart. We don't guess, we rank. Drop your pick in the comments and tell us which round changed your mind. Subscribe. The next one's already causing arguments. See you there.